Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. This is my first video back in 2022 and it's only fitting that we are talking about Chanel. So today I'm going to be unboxing, demonstrating, and reviewing the brand new spring summer collection, La Pausa from Chanel. Picked up a couple pieces at my local beauty boutique at the Brickell City Center, and this is one of many really exciting new launches this month. So later on this afternoon I'm heading back to the boutique. I'm supposed to get a sneak peek depending on how early I can get there because today Chanel is launching a brand new anti-aging makeup and skincare line. There are several different products, including a new foundation, a lip cheek product that comes in a couple different shades that looks really beautiful, and a lot of really exciting skincare. The backbone ingredient is the red camellia. So that is going to be your hero ingredient found in all of the products. It is supposed to be anti-aging, and from what I understand, it's a clean skincare line. I can't wait to see it in person. Right now, I'm planning to pick up most everything. Because it is a brand new skincare line, I really want to try all of the products, so I might skip a couple things, but I'm probably going to pick up most of this collection. So you can expect my haul and full review probably tomorrow, but definitely sometime later on this week. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this spring summer collection because these pieces are so beautiful. So this is what I purchased. I picked up the eyeshadow quad. This is 747 Mediterranean. Looks like a really beautiful kind of shimmering sand neutral palette. And then I picked up both blushes. Initially, I thought I would only go for the lighter shade, but when I was in store, I was told that the deeper shade goes on as more of a terracotta. So I think this is actually going to make a really nice bronzer. So I will use one as the blush, one as a bronzer. We'll finish the face today. So this is the Pêche Rosé, this is the lighter shade, and the Brune Russie. This is the deeper shade, and both of them have this really beautiful sunburst design on top. I picked up 3 shades of the Rouge Coco Balm. There are 6 shades in total, and I will pop up a photo so you can see all of the swatches. This is not my arm, but this is actually 2 people's arms. There's a lighter skin tone and a slightly deeper skin tone. So I have all of the shades listed here. That way you can see what they look like. I purchased 916 Flirty Coral, 918 My Rose, and 914 Natural Charm. The only other shade I almost picked up was kind of the plain balm because it's not plain. It actually has a very slight pearly shimmer to it. But I have purchased 2 of the shimmering Tom Ford lip balms and I never really grabbed for them, so I just decided to hold off and skip it. If you've been interested in those sparkly Tom Ford lip balms, which I think are closer to $60, this would be a less expensive but still luxurious dupe. And then the last piece I purchased is actually one of the Comet lipsticks. This is the Rouge Allure Velvet, and I picked up shade 168. I also swatched all of these on my arm, so I will insert the video here so you can see what all of these shades look like. They're bold. This is a limited edition Comet collection, so they have the really beautiful star design. These are special occasion lipsticks, so you have a lot of bright pinks, bright reds, deeper berry colors. This is going to be a power lipstick. They don't have a great nude shade range here. I was planning to purchase one of the lighter shades, but they didn't have it in stock. That's something that I will likely pick up when I visit the boutique later on this afternoon. Or I might end up skipping it because I'm planning to purchase so many other items. There are a couple pieces I skipped, like the Balm Essential. I talked about this in one of my previous Chanel videos. I really like the Balm Essential. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. It gives a very natural, glowy highlight. It's not a shimmery, pearly highlight. It's more of that glass skin, kind of your skin is perfect glow. But unfortunately, I have a couple of these sticks and I just don't grab them that often. So I love this color. It does have a little bit more of a golden pearly pigment to it. And then there are 2 nail polishes. The light shade I'm not a huge fan of. I thought it was going to be kind of pearlescent, but it actually looks like almost a yellowy cream. It almost looks as if it was a cream that just sat out in the sun too long, or maybe it was exposed to light for too long and it turned kind of yellow. So this shade is a bit funny. It's maybe a buttercream is how I would describe it, and it's matte, so it doesn't have a lot of pearlescent sheen, which I think would have probably been prettier. The other shade looks nearly identical to the shade I have on my nails. Just a kind of funny coincidence. When I was in store, I picked it up and I thought, nope, definitely don't need this. It looks kind of identical. This shade is from OPI. I picked this up over the winter break. It is called Barefoot in Barcelona from OPI. Let's unbox and swatch everything. I'm going to start with these two blushes. This is the Blush Lumiere. This is Peche Rosé. Both of these pieces are limited edition. Of course, you can tell because it comes in the really pretty, kind of unique special packaging on the exterior. When you take out the compact from the velvet protector, you can see the gold CCs, which you typically find on the limited holiday collection. Sometimes, limited pieces throughout the year, but I was surprised it came with the gold logo. And then inside you have this beautiful kind of sunburst design embossed right there on the powder. It looks so pretty. And these blushes do have a little bit of a sheen to them, not much. I would compare these with the Luminous Le Beige powders. This color is so nice. And it's there, you can barely see it, but there is a slight kind of gold sheen to it. Next, we're unboxing the deeper shade. This is Brune Russie. Inside both compacts, you get the little half moon brush. Now this shade is really interesting because in the pan, it almost looks like a purple brown, like a plummy brown. A deeper blush for somebody with a much deeper skin tone than I have. But on the skin, whenever it was swatched in store, it looked a little bit more warm, almost a terracotta bronze. So I picked this up hoping that this would work as a bronzer. Now I know it looks so dark, but let's go ahead and swatch it and see. Yeah, it's not really a purple brown. Maybe slightly, but I think with a fluffy brush, this will look very beautiful as a bronzer. I'm really happy I picked up both, so we'll try it out and see. Next, I'm unboxing the 747 Mediterranean eyeshadow quad. This looks so pretty, and I pulled out 4 eyeshadow quads from my collection that I think would be similar-ish, just to compare so we can see what all of them look like side by side. That way you can decide whether or not this is worth adding to your collection, because as beautiful as it is, ultimately it is still a neutral eyeshadow quad. So my first impression just touching them to swatch the shadows is that they feel a bit dry. These are not soft, silky, almost creamy, really finely milled shadows. They feel really nice, but they definitely feel more on the dry side. This gold up here in the corner almost seems like a shimmer topper type of shade. It goes on very sheer but very sparkly. These colors are softer by design. It is intended to create more of a natural French style makeup, not a really dramatic, bold, more American style. And I know we've talked about this before, and it is important to point that out every single time because there will always be people who want to compare Chanel eyeshadow palettes with like a Pat McGrath Labs or Natasha Denona, and there's just no comparison. It's not meant to create the same look overall. One is not good or bad, they're just different, and you have to decide whether or not this is right for you and if it fits your personal makeup style. I pulled out 4 palettes that I thought looked similar, but now that I'm seeing them all next to each other, I think there are only 2 that are similar to this palette, including this eyeshadow palette from last year. This is the Le Beige Healthy Glow Natural eyeshadow palette in the shade Intense. This is a very similar color story, and I really like this palette. I need to swatch them all to see, but it might also be similar to 342 Lumiere et Opulence. This is the holiday palette from, I believe, 2 seasons ago. And finally, let me unbox these Rouge Coco Bombs. This is 914 Natural Charm. I really love the white and gold packaging. I think it looks so sleek with the gold CC on top. This is 918 My Rose. This is 916 Flirty Coral. My lipstick low buy is continuing into 2022, but I realized that I don't have a lot of berry fuchsia pinks. So I picked up the Rouge Allure Velvet 168. This was my Comet lipstick purchase. And the entire range of Comet lipsticks have a little bit of a shimmer to them. Not glitter, they aren't chunky, but they do have a little sheen even though they're matte. So I thought that was a really pretty detail. I scooted you in a little bit closer for the demonstration portion. So I have my foundation, my concealer, and I set with a little loose powder, the Chanel loose powder to be exact. And now I am going to finish the face before I go in with the eyes. So I picked up the Brune Russie. This is the deeper blush. And I am going to attempt to use this as a bronzer. Hopefully I can make this work for me. So I just pulled out this clean bronzer brush. This is a 59 Sephora Pro Powder. I'm just going to start by lightly tapping because a little bit is probably all I need. You know what? I do not like that at all. Oh no. This swatch is more terracotta, but it looks like I just bruised my face. It's really giving me more of a plummy brown. It doesn't look very terracotta or very warm on the skin. I thought it was going to be a little bit softer, a little bit warmer, and I could make this work as a bronzer. I don't want to keep ruining the makeup. Let me just see it through. Let me try on the other side just to make sure. That's a little bit better, but I still just don't really love this color. This would not be an ideal bronzer. Darn. It's blended a little bit better on this side versus this side. I'll have to fix this. But I kind of like that I messed it up here because I can really see the intense pigment and I can tell what color it is and the undertone, and I just don't think it's as flattering of a shade. So at least I can officially rule it out as a bronzer for me. I don't want to ruin my makeup, so I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do my best to kind of blend and fix what I've done, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the other blush because this is not going to work for me. And next I'm going to go in with the Peche Rosé. Now this should work beautifully on my skin tone. So I have a Sephora 96 Pro blush brush, and I'm going to tap this on the cheek. The brush picks up quite a lot of product. I think you can probably be light-handed with this. So pretty, I love it. I want to stay on theme, so I pulled out my Balm Essential in the shade Rosé. This one has a slightly pink sheen to it. That way we can at least achieve the same look. Even though I didn't pick up the new Balm Essential from the collection, we'll get that glass skin effect. It's so reflective, it looks so pretty. Moving on now to eyes, I picked up an old Chanel concealer brush. I always use this as a flat shader brush for the lid. And then I'm going into this Mediterranean palette. I think I'm going to pick up this shade up here. This is the taupier of the two. This one I said goes on more like a shimmer. It's the other one. It's pretty. It's very soft. It almost looks like you have nothing on at all. But you have a little something. Gives the eye a nice sheen. Using my finger, I'm going to pick up the gold shimmer and I'm going to pop that on the center of the lid. That is so pretty. Oh, I love it. I think fingers would probably be the best way to apply it. And then with the Pro Crease number 19 brush from Sephora, I'm going to pick up the deepest shade in the palette. And I'm going to buff this in the crease, just to create some contrast. Now I've picked up a precision brush and I'm going back into that deeper shade, and I'm going to run this beneath the lower lash line. very softly blending that out. I want to make sure everything is really blown out. Same precision brush, I'm picking up the gold sparkle and I'm going to pop this in the inner corner, kind of the inner corner and the tear duct. I'm just running this brown, kind of coppery brown eyeliner in the waterline. I'm using this one up, but I don't love it. I wouldn't recommend this. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to replace it with Brunagapi from Chanel. For eyeliner on the top, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs. This is the Fine Liner Ultra Skinny Gel Eye Crayon in the shade Oh Spice. I just think with this palette, and because it is a little bit softer, it's better to go in with brown eyeliner versus black. I'm back. I just finished my eyeliner. I filled in my eyebrows off camera and I went in with mascara. So this is the complete eye look and I think it turned out really nice. Is it absolutely mind-blowing? No, because it's a lighter palette and I think chances are high you probably have something similar, but these might be your colors. These might be the type of shadows that you wear every single day, so the palette is justifiable to purchase. I think it is a very pretty eyeshadow palette, and I think what I love about it is that the past couple years, the spring collection from Chanel has been pinks and purples, and I like that they did something a little bit sandy, bronzy, browns, warm colors, because it feels very warm and kind of fresh-faced, summery makeup, which I really love. That happens to be my personal favorite. So for me, this is a great departure from the pinks and purples we're used to seeing around springtime. The last thing I have to try here are the lip balms, but I think a lot of people would be disappointed if I didn't at least try this on my lips. This is my Comet lipstick in the shade 168, so we'll go for it. As I said, it's a much deeper color, but I think this is different from everything else that I have, so let's see. I only saw it swatched on the arm. It's beautiful. It's kind of a wine berry color. I don't have a lot of lipsticks that look like this. It doesn't really help me now, but last fall I was thinking to myself, I should probably, try to find some berry lipsticks or something that's a little bit more of kind of a fuchsia pink. This is a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. And I pulled out this Pillow Talk lip liner just to help. Kind of help get the edges right. But I think it's a beautiful shade. Probably won't get a lot of use out of it until fall next year or fall this year. But she's pretty. I did my best to remove that lipstick, so now let's try these Rouge Coco Bombs. Starting with, let's go lightest to deepest. This is 914 Natural Charm. This is going to be the nude of all of the bombs. I did receive a question about these, whether they were Rouge Coco Flash or Rouge Coco Bloom, and the answer is that they're neither. It's the Rouge Coco Balm, which they've previously only had the clear, which is just a basic lip balm. So this isn't going to be as pigmented as the Bloom. Of course, the Bloom is my favorite formula in the bullet form. The La Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue will always have my heart. That's the longwear lipstick. But in terms of bullet lipsticks, I love Rouge Coco Bloom. Rouge Coco Flash is a little bit more sheer, but the Rouge Coco Balm should be even more sheer than the Flash. So let's see. Based on the pictures online, it looks like they do have some color to them, though. Yeah, they do have color. See, I think they're maybe not quite as shiny maybe as the Flash, but I think they feel pretty similar. And I think they have similar color payoff. So this is the type of lip balm that you could just throw in your purse, throw it on every single day. It's going to give you a little hint of color, just a little something, and it feels really nice. I think I prefer the way these feel to the Rouge Coco Flash. Next, I'm going to try 916 Flirty Coral. This shade looked so pretty on the lips on the model that I went ahead and I picked this one up as well. I was going to skip it, but yeah, just a hint of color. And it's beautiful. I love this shade. Now, something I did notice online in the pictures that I'm noticing in person is that if your lips are dry at all, if you have any little dry patches, it's going to absorb that pigment. So you have to be careful. Like my top lip looks nice and smooth. It feels really hydrating, but because my lips are a little bit dry from throwing on that matte lipstick and my lips are just dry in general, I have some cracks down here and I can see where the color isn't quite even. That's something I really love about the Rouge Coco Bloom lipsticks, is that they're so pigmented and buttery that it's almost like a filter for your lips. It makes your lips look perfectly smooth. Whereas with this, and you are meant to see your lips shining through, it's meant to give them just a hint of color, but you have to be careful because if your lips are a little bit dry, it's just not going to look quite as flattering. Now, somebody's going to have to really be up in your face to notice something like that, but nitpicky details, I just want to give you all of the information. Trying my best to cancel out the color. Next, I'm going in with 918 My Rose. This is the last shade, and this is going to be my shade of the day. I'm just going to leave this on. This is a really pretty rosy pink. Pretty. I'm so used to lipstick, I'm kind of layering it and building it up, but if you wanted to just do, a little bit, just to hydrate your lips and give you a hint of color, you could, but if you like to build it up, you can, and that way it feels really buttery. This color is really pretty as well. Same thing as the coral. If you look really close, you can see any little dry patches on the lips. But it feels really nice. It gives you just a hint of pigment. So I'm a huge fan of the Rouge Coco Bombs. And the further I hold the mirror, the better it looks. Overall, I am very happy with the spring-summer collection from Chanel. I think every piece is really beautiful. With the exception of that one deeper blush, I was able to make everything work. I really like all of these colors. I think the color story this year, really beautiful. I love the Rouge Coco Bombs. I think if anything, that's kind of the one universal product that everyone's really going to love the bombs. The blushes, it's going to of course depend on your skin tone. I will maybe experiment with that deeper blush and see if there's some way I can make it work. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess when I saw the swatch, I thought, that looks like some of the deeper bronzers I have. Maybe I can make it work on the face. Now, there are 2 other limited edition blushes from this comic collection launching later on this month. I think mid-January. It says it's shipping out on Chanel.com, so maybe it would be worth holding out for one of those if you like the look of those shades instead of these. The eyeshadow palette is really beautiful, but it's a neutral shimmering brown eyeshadow palette. So that's really going to be up to you to decide whether or not that is really worth purchasing and bringing into your collection. I would encourage you to take a look at all of the eyeshadows that you already have, and whatever you do, don't feel pressured to purchase anything just because it's limited edition or just because you really like the shades. Just because a product is pretty, that's not enough reason for you to purchase. And of course, I'm projecting my low buy intentions on you. If you just want to shop until your heart's content, go for it. But if I may be the voice of reason and devil's advocate, because I know I myself am working on a low buy for 2022, could I have skipped it? Absolutely. I'm always going to review Chanel collections for you guys, so I'll always purchase the new pieces from Chanel. But does it add anything really different and unique to my collection? It doesn't. And I'm saying that with love because I think it's a beautiful palette. and I will do my best to get as much use out of it as possible. I think between the two, the Le Beige palette is maybe a little bit better just because you do have more variety in the shades. You have that one additional shade. It's a quint instead of a quad. So it just depends. It's kind of up to you, but I think if you're in the market for that shade range, I personally would prefer the Le Beige Intense eyeshadow palette versus the Mediterranean. But that's just my 2 cents. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, and that completes today's initial review. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I'm curious to hear from you guys. Are you interested in this collection? Are you holding out for something different? Are you picking up any of the pieces from Dior that they launched recently? Drop me a comment. We'll keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.